No one can make you feel anything. You're in charge of whether you feel trusted or you feel valued. There is a big third-party component there, but still I'm in charge of how I feel.
And I also think when you look at those, one example is say be unified, right? And it's different than saying what you want them to do. What you want overall, that end goal, is to be unified. And so there's still a lot in there with, so what do you need to do in order to do that? There's still a lot. Maybe that's letting go of some expectations or a certain way that it would be, right? Of how other people would be. So they definitely have the potential. You have to be careful in there because belonging and connectedness has to do with other people. So there is potential to move into a third party, and yet belonging and connectedness is important. And you still, a person has a lot of control over that.
Okay, you are going to have an opportunity to do a pretty cool practice. It's one of our favorite practices that you'll do. So to get you set up,
You are going to get into groups of 4, and the way that you're going to do that is by counting off. So we have 20 people in the room, so we're going to have you count off from 1 to 5, so that we'll have 5 different groups of 4, all right? So you'll just start right there with 1,
3, 4,
5,
1,
2,
3, 4, 5,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Hold on to that number. And in order to show you how you're going to go through the practice, you're going to set your chairs up a certain way. All right, there's going to be a coachee, then there's going to be coach 1, coach 2, and coach 3. And everybody's going to have a chance to be in the different places. There's going to be a lot of movement around. That's why it's called the Pace to Goal Shuffle. All right, so I think it's going to help if you guys see this. So if we could have the ones come on up here to model for us.
You're not going to say, you don't have to say or do anything.
You don't have to do anything but just sit in the chairs and show how the chair movement goes. And the way it works for you guys is your chairs are already set up and you'll be ready to go first.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go. Okay. So coach 1 is the one that's across from the coachee, 2 and 3.
And then you have the coachee. Now, we set it up this way because we're going to have page 109, we're going to have all of those goals, the being, the belonging, and the becoming, on the screen. So you should not need anything. You do have to remember, I think we're going to have those being, belonging, becoming, but you do have to remember you're blank because blank, and what you want is blank, and you're looking for a way to make that happen. And we could actually quickly write that up.
Yeah, put that up there.
Yeah. Okay, so here's how this goes.
And you're not even going to be giving the whole pace at once. It's broken up because the coachee is going to talk about a stuckness. Maybe think back to some of those things that you had journaled about earlier so that you're ready. And as the coachee talks about that, coach 1 is going to give the empathy and content only. You're feeling blank because blank. And at that pause, you're going to stop. And then,
Well, just the coachee is going to keep responding until you get a sign off. So you have to get that sign off. So you may have to do it twice, 3 times, but the coachee, this is actually the only time the coachee is verbally saying anything. But you have to, you can't craft a goal unless you know that empathy and content. So coach 1, keep going until you get that sign off.
because you're about to practice goals and you're not going to get the goal right if the emotion and the content weren't captured correctly. So make sure that you capture that correctly. And then we're going to shuffle. So coach 1 is going to stand up and come around, and then you guys are going to, so it's probably easy for you to go back around. You stay right
Yes,
there.
you stay there.
You're going to stay there for a little bit. And then, now, this was coach 2. It's in the coaching chair, and you're going to give a goal. And what you want is So that goal is going to be based on the emotion and content that was already captured. So you're going to give a goal.
Be, have, feel, broad, first party. Coachee,
No verbal response. That means no talking. So don't say anything. You're not going to respond to it. You're just going to get to hear that goal. And then you're going to shuffle again. So you're going to stand up, come around. And now you've got a new coach who's also going to give you a goal, another goal. And what you want is, this is your chance of trying out some different goals. So you're each going to get a chance to try one, and the coachee gets to hear multiple goals. And this time still, no verbal response from the coachee. And one final shuffle, so you're back to those original seats. And this is a chance for the coach who started, the one who captured the emotion and the content, is also now going to give a goal. And you're looking for a way to make that happen. So the person who was in this chair captures the emotion, captures the content, gives the third goal, and gives the pathway. And you're looking for a way to make that happen.
and then the coachee, once all 3 goals have been given, you respond and say, your goal did this for my thinking, your goal did this for my thinking, this word really connected with me, that definitely hit my thinking. So you're just gonna see what is the impact of 3 different goals on someone. So what questions might you have before you set yourselves up? There's one more piece, which is just, now you have a new coachee. And so then you just switch, you can switch however you want, you can just go in a circle and switch. So just one more time. Coachee talks about one of the stucknesses that you wrote about. It can be the same one you did earlier with that partner, or it could be a new one. Talk about that. Empathy, content, get the sign off. Rotate 3 goals, no verbal response to any of the goals. Once the original coach is back and you're looking for a way to make that happen, and then the coachee shares. What questions might you have before you get up and get in your pace of shuffle? So 2s you'll be together, 3s you'll be together, 4s you'll be together, and 5s. And you can just, we can move this, you can just situate yourselves. Once again, coaches, we're gonna put this on the screen. So make sure that you can see this.
Just like how to put.
There we go.
Oh, no, I just didn't get it, but everything.
That's all I got worried about right now.
Do you want to do the 3?
I mean, besides, so you do it mostly. Okay, so you're stuck and we're listening.
Okay, so I have sold this new role in my role for next year, and part of what I'm going to be doing is instructional coaching with some of the high flyers in our building, teachers who are like eager, want to try new things, and I know none of them because the teachers that I've always worked with are really engaged. The teachers who have the kids in classrooms who need to pass tests. And so I'm really happy with any teachers and they don't like it at all. So I have to get to know the teachers,